it going, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy Uzumaki Kendo, and I'm coming at you with my anime collection episode 2. That's right. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right in. So, man, oh man, we got some anime for you today. So, the first anime we have here is Afro Samurai. Now, there's actually an interesting story about Afro Samurai. When it first came out, I refused to watch the anime. And the main reason is, I think that because it was a black samurai, I didn't want to be one of those people that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to watch this anime because there's a black guy on it. So for some odd reason, when it first came out, I really just didn't want to watch it, and I was really against it because I didn't want to be one of those people who was bandwagon. I didn't want to seem like one of those people who was like, oh yeah, I like this anime because there's a black character in it. So for the first few years, I actually didn't even watch the anime. I remember a lot of people was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, he sliced a bullet in half. A lot of people done that in other anime. So I kind of went off of what some people were saying, was like, yeah, Afro Samurai, it really just copy and paste from a lot of different anime. But after a few years, I was bored one day, and I watched the episode, and at that moment, I was just hooked to this anime. I was like, oh my god, it was just awesome. So I went out and I bought the first Afro Samurai director's cut, got everything in it, and it's really, really interesting. Now, one thing I really do like about Afro Samurai is that it mixes cultures, and I really love how they do it because they do a very great job. Now, I feel like Afro Samurai Resurrection did it much better with blending the culture. You have that ancient Asian kind of Japanese culture going, but then you have something like that futuristic technology where, you know, people walking around with swords, but then on the other scene you had someone with headsets bopping the music. So I really did like this. I really like the character development, and I really do love the story of this. This is a great series. And even I tried to check out the manga, even though the manga really didn't hit home like I wanted to, but I really enjoyed the series, and I really enjoy just the characters itself, because even like Justice is a really, really great character when it comes down to in the Afro Samurai world. This series is really, really awesome. I really enjoy it. So the next one we have is Kitty Grade. Now, here's my thing about Kitty Grade. I think that when you buy tons of anime, now when I was buying anime when I was much younger, one thing I didn't do was do a lot of research on it. You know, it was just, I had money, I want to buy anime, so I go to the anime store and I just pick up anime. Kitty Grade, I wasn't really too much of a fan of after watching it. And I felt like, I don't have an issue with females being very, very powerful in anime, because a lot of anime has a lot of strong females in there. But I just really felt that the storyline, to me personally, was kind of plain. And the male characters just seemed very, very feminine and very, very weak. I mean, I just didn't enjoy this one, to be honest with you. It was one of the anime fails for me personally. It was just a waste of money for me. Now we have, you know it, Claymore, baby! Yes, we got the whole collection of that Claymore. Man, oh man, Claymores is awesome, man. I love this series here. Claymore really puts in work. So you have these women that they put this Yama blood inside of them, and they go out and they fight these other Yama monsters. And basically, they have this power that they can tap into. Now, it's been a while since I watched the anime. It's been a while since I watched a lot of these animes. But they have this power that they can tap into, but they have to be careful. Because if they tap into the power too much, or they go too far into this power, tapping into this power, they could become consumed by that Yama blood and become a monster. But you have the main character who originally was a normal girl. She was taken in by, I believe, this woman, the Fate Smile or something of that nature. She was like the #1 Claymore. But later on, that Claymore is killed off, and the little girl has her blood put inside of her. And she goes on her mission in killing Yamas, and she meets a young boy that, I guess they have this kind of mutual relationship where they kind of the boy wants to help her and the boy wants to protect her, but at the same time think like she wants to protect him too. And it's times where she taps into the Yama blood, loses herself, and the boy brings her back, or she's able to gain her personality and come back to reality. So this is a really, really great anime. I tried reading the manga. The manga went on for a while. The manga's done now. But overall, it was a really, really great anime. I really enjoyed Claymore. Some very, very good fight scenes. Very, very strong females. Now, the males, they had some male Yamas at one point, but not in the series. They kind of talk about them. And basically what happened with the males was the males really tapped into that Yama blood too fast, and they became monsters immediately, where the females in this series, they had more control, where males really didn't have that control. They did. It was like sex, I guess. It was just they wanted more and more and more, so they turned into these Yama monsters. So males was just not a good choice to pick. So they picked the females because females were just so much more better when it came down to controlling themselves when tapping into this power. And next we have the one and only Witchblade. Yes. So I got the whole series of Witchblade. And, you know, Witchblade was one of those animes that I just randomly picked up at Best Buy when it first came out. Hold on, I got them all turned backwards here. So Witchblade was one of the random animes that came out. I went up and picked up and just fell in love with the anime. I mean, yes, there's a lot of fan service. You know we love the fan service, baby. But the storyline in this was really, really awesome. The main character is lovable. You feel her. I mean, she has this daughter that she's trying to protect. You got social service trying to take her daughter away from her. You know, she has this, I guess, this watch or this Witchblade thing that gives her this special power. You got everyone else that's trying to take her out. Other Witchblades that's trying to fight her. And she just wants to be a good mother. She's doing everything in her power, and you know you feel for her. You know, this is a character that has great character development. You really feel for her. You really like the character. She's really awesome, and the character designs are really, really good when they transform into the Witchblade thing themselves. Now, one thing I didn't know until actually I watched the anime, when I did some research, there's actually a Witchblade comic book that's actually in the United States, and I guess they was able to get the rights to make an anime, so that's really, really interesting. Now, I wasn't able to get into the Witchblade in the comic books in the US. There's totally different stories, but the Witchblade here is just really, really awesome. Great storyline, great character development. I definitely recommend you to go out and pick this up. I'm quite sure you can pick the whole series up for a little bit of nothing now, but great anime. This awesome. This really, really awesome. And even at the end, I almost had a tear in my eyes because it was just that good of an anime. But that's all I have for you today. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Matane.